Here's the 0-1. This is going to be a tough play. Bryant, the Cubs with the World Series. Bryant makes the play. It's over. And the Cubs have finally won it all. 8-7-10.
Welcome to Club 120. The ultimate roundtable for diehard Cubs fans and lovers of all things sports and lifestyle.
Strike three, you're out.
Hosted by Neil and Nate, two former baseball players and coaches turned loud mouths with strong opinions and even stronger banner. Get ready for quick-hitting, time-answer segments packed with wit, laughs, and the occasional heated debate. From analyzing Cubs on-field action to diving into off-field drama, no topic is off limits. So grab your glove, pour a drink, and pull up a seat at Club 120, where the banner's quick, the takes are hot, and the Cubs always come first. Let's get started.
Play ball.
Hello, Cubs fans. Welcome to domestic opening day. Grab an old style and a bleacher seat. It's time to step inside at Club 120. I'm Nate. Here with me, as always, is my host, Neil, who always goes with hot peppers on his Italian beef. What's on the lineup card today, Coach?
Yeah, I like that. Domestic opening day. That's good. That's good stuff. It is certainly domestic opening day today. I'm excited. From where I'm at, 3 o'clock. Starts baseball all day for the rest of the night. So I cannot wait. Obviously looking forward to 9:10 my time. I think 8:10 Chicago time. We'll have some actual Cubs baseball stateside. So I'm excited about that. We got a packed episode today, starting with a little game of Would You Rather. We'll break down who made the opening day roster and see if there's a few names you would rather see get the call instead of who's on it. Then it's time for some rotation rollout. We'll dive into the starting rotation, who's getting the ball, our thoughts, and how they stack up. After that, Nico returns. Nico is back in the lineup. What kind of impact can we expect from him? Will we see the best version of Nico this season? We'll also dig into rookie expectations. What can Cubs fans hope to see from the rookies this year? And then it's loving the lineup. We'll break down the proposed batting order and see what might need a little tweak. And finally, we wrap things up with the topic of the week, the debut of Nate's Dog Pound. How you feel about the Dog Pound, man? You ready to go? You got them lined up, ready to go?
Let's get these dogs out here ready for everybody. Let's do it.
All right. Well, let's start the clock, man. First up, would you rather?
This is a good one. From a lineup standpoint, for your stick side, it's pretty academic, isn't it? I do have a couple of questions, though. There was a lot of, I don't know. I mean, the Workman, Brujan, Birdie, that made a nice little segue there for us for most of the spring, right? So first off the bench, Workman or Birdie, now that we know?
I mean, for me, it's Workman, but I don't think they're going to go that route. I would much rather Workman. Birdie, I think, obviously they've been running him out at second base, so I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to go with Matt Shaw at third. I think Workman doesn't really see a lot of time anywhere other than third base, unfortunately, because we could use his bat. However, Birdie looked good in Tokyo, so I don't know. We'll see.
He did. He, I guess maybe he had to wait for the lights to really come on. It looked like most of spring he was just getting pushed around, honestly. He honestly, I was making the joke that he's the team's accountant. He just paid a bunch of money to, do the fan experience. But, he gets on base. He mixes it up a little bit. I'm interested to see, one of these check boxes we go through with Jed, right, was we have to improve our bench. With Turner and with Birdie and with Workman, to me, that seems like a lot better than what we were rolling out last year coming off the bench. There's a bat that's feared. There's some athletes there that are going to take a bag. They're going to take an extra base. They're going to give us a chance there. And defensively, they're pretty solid as far as Workman and Birdie are concerned, as far as glove work is so, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but I think we upgraded that. So it's an interesting, would you rather see which guy first? But I think they did a good job of explaining themselves this spring about what they're going to bring to our bench.
Okay, now I'll go one pair of swords for you. Keller or Palencia?
Man, this is one of those out of the far chute comes Keller. We knew Palencia was coming back, going to bring some heat. A lot of puff pieces about Palencia's offseason work and mental, physical, what he went through last year. It sucks that he got sent down because I think he threw well and I think he earned his chance. But, man, Keller came out of nowhere and, again, checks off another box. Wants some major league experience coming out of the pen. And Keller threw the ball well. So it's a tough one, but I would rather have Palencia. I want the heat. I want it all because we've got to have guys that can just knock dudes over at the end of games, and I want that.
Okay.
I got one for you here. One more because, again, bats are a little set. But would you rather see Kevin Alcantara get 500 AAA at bats or 200 major league at bats and be called up as soon as possible?
Ooh, gosh. I guess that's going to depend on how well he performs in his first 50 ABs at the AAA level. If he carries on and has the same kind of success he had in the spring with the big club and Mesa, then I'm going to say bring him up. But again, where do you put him and where do you get those at bats, right? So I don't know. Maybe we do need to see the 500 ABs from, but anything could happen, right? Like obviously at this point everybody's healthy and we need to keep it that way, or we could be seeing him sooner than later.
Sure.
Last one, Little or Theobar?
Man, give me Little. Again, I want the youth. I want. I barked at Little last year. I will claim my faults as much as possible. I know what I barked at Luke Little about. He didn't compete in the zone with a slider. He really never did. He was going for nibbles, and that works at AAA and AA when you're as big as that dude is, but not at the big league level. And I really want to see if he can take that jump to mentally to really compete in the zone. And that's what I want to see. Theobar's 38. Journeyman lefty. I mean, it's like we replaced Smiley with Theobar right now. So that doesn't really wow me much. Plus, he really likes a lot of traffic. Like, I feel like he really works better with the runner on. So lefty out of a jam, great guy, right? Start an inning clean, we're in a jam all of a sudden, feels like with Theobar. At least with Little, we know there's a ton of upside, and he's just gonna throw the rock.
All right, moving on to our rotation rollout. I've kind of thrown together what I think the rotation will be.
Yeah.
I'll kind of give you what I think. I think it's set in stone. I'm not sure, but obviously the number one in Tokyo was Shota. Shota had an impressive rookie season. Expected to anchor the rotation this year. Justin Steele is going to be the number one guy stateside to start us off here in Phoenix. Continues to be a key piece, obviously providing durability and a reliable left-handed presence. Tyon entering his third year with the Cubs, coming from the Pirates, offers a veteran experience. Hopefully has a bounce-back season. Boyd is an off-season ad. I think he's the fourth guy in the rotation, and then I think it's set that Ben Brown's going to be the fifth guy.
We're there. Ben Brown, fifth starter, folks. It's official. It looks like he will start the game, the fourth opening day the third of fourth, third opening day against the Athletics of where are they residing these days? I don't know.
But then you got Assad, Keller. They give additional options. So what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on the rollout of the rotation and how it's going to shape up and how it looks for 25?
I think they're setting themselves up honestly for what's the best way to put it? A not 6-man rotation, but we're running a 6-man rotation. We're not going to admit it. I think that in 10 days, whenever a lot of these guys are eligible to come off their little injury beginning of the season, we're going to have to see some decisions being made. They're going to make Horton throw a 50 innings maybe down there. And if he's dominating, they're going to see what they need to do. But Wicks and Assad, I think, are your two wild cards right now, both with major league experience, both with opportunities to compete. And that would have been ideally what you would have thought would have been Wicks, Assad, and Ben Brown going for that fifth role. Assad kind of took him out early with the injury, but he did put up 140 plus innings last year. So, man, that would be the only thing that I'm interested in seeing is how they do this. If we're healthy and we stay healthy, where does Ray, where do Wicks, and where do Assad get their innings? And that's the bottom line, because I think your top four, and including Brown's, but they're going to hold him back. I think the top four after first week, you're going to be able to really see them go, 90 to 100 pitches, and you're going to see him get into the 6th, 7th inning. Ben Brown, I think early they're going to keep him at 5. They're going to cap him. They're going to hold him down. They're going to hold those innings down, and maybe that's where Wicks, Assad, and Ray jump in. But the rotation is solid, and I'm satisfied with it, and I'm really, really happy that they made the decision to go with Ben Brown as the 5th one and say, listen, you've earned it. Here's your chance. Go be a dog. And that's what they're asking him to do, and by all accounts, he's stepped up so far. So we're looking forward to see that.
Okay, so Nico's returning. Nico underwent flexor tendon surgery, as everybody I'm sure knows, on his right forearm, October 24. This was kept quiet for a majority of last year that this was bothering him. Nobody knew that this was bothering him. Right. His rehab process, everything seems to have been positive so far. Made his Cactus League debut a couple weeks ago against the Padres. He's expected to be ready for domestic opening day, that we'll call it. And in 2024, he hit 273 with an on-base percentage of 335.
Okay.
Only 7 home runs, 48 RBIs, 31 stolen bases, played in 151 games.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming he remains healthy, projections for 2025 Nico. What do you got?
Well, let's go back to 23 Nico. I like that guy. What really worried me, and I think I said this to you first week of spring training last year when they're like, oh, he's really bulked up. And I think it was Elise or Taylor were sideline report. He's put 10 pounds on it. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Sorry with the accent there, but like, he's just here to really bulk up. And I'm sitting there going, did he forget who he is? Has he forgotten what his responsibility and role is to do this? He's already made it. So 200 hits, slash the ball around, steal 30-plus bags, be a nuisance, play great defense. That's your job, not gain 20 pounds to hit 20 dingers. We didn't need Nico to hit 20 dingers. So my question back to you is this. Do we get the 23 Nico that wants to get 200-plus hits and try to lead the league and hit a 300-plus average? Or do we get the 24 Nico who wants to hit 20 dingers and ends up with 7?
No, I agree. I think that's been a common theme that we both had last year. Now, I will say he did towards the end of the year. I think he finished in the top 10% of all of baseball in strikeouts. So that's the thing I do love about Nico is he doesn't strike out.
True.
So I'll take that all day, every day. First 2 months of the season, we saw him swing and miss a lot because it was like he was trying to put that foot down and go for Waveland, like every swing. And I do like the version of Nico that doesn't strike out and puts the ball in play. I think 2025 is 2023, Nico. I really do. I think maybe the problem was, and maybe the difference in the way the swing looked and everything, because he had some sort of injury that he was maybe trying to cover up with the swing or trying to do something different. I don't know. I'm just making that up. I have zero factual data that I'm backing that up with. That's just a guess. But I do. My prediction is that Nico, 2 things. I think he hits over 300 or right at 300, and I think he has a gold glove.
Okay.
So that's my prediction for 2025, Nico.
I like that, and quite honestly, the Cubs are. I don't know about any accolades that go with it, but a 300 batting average for Nico is exactly what the Cubs need. And I got a piggyback for that here in a little bit, but let's put a pin in that, and that's fantastic. Now, with that lineup and talking about Nico, but the lineup has a couple of rookies in it. And quite honestly, there's a couple rookies that we're expecting to make their debuts this year. So let's talk about it. What do you expect out of Matt Shaw and Ben Brown? I guess Ben Brown technically making his rookie debut would be the best way to put it there. What do you think about the two rookies that we're going to lean on in key positions right now?
Oh, well, so we got to start with Matt Shaw, and look, here we go. Okay, like I've talked to you privately about this. I'm not on the Matt Shaw bandwagon that everybody seems to be on. Like, I just listen. I get it. He's hit everywhere, right? Like, okay, fine. So did PCA, and so did Amaya. They all hit everywhere, and then they get called up, and they're like, "Damn, this is a little bit different." And my thing with Matt Shaw is how well is he going to be able to adjust? Because I think the unorthodox hitting stance, the big leg kick, look, if it works, I'll be the first to tell you I was wrong. But I think that's going to need a tweak. I think you're going to have to get that foot down sooner. I think PCA made adjustments to where he stood in the box. He moved back in the box. Amaya got rid of the leg kick altogether, and so I do think defensively, I think he's a capable defender. I would like to see him. I like to see his arm get a little bit better and more reliable. But I will tell you this: the thing about Matt Shaw is he has, wherever he's been, has gotten better every year.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that this is all still new. I think he's still a rookie, and I think he will get better. But I'm just going to be I've been kind of holding off on putting this out there. I like the unorthodox hitting stance is not for me. So
it's definitely something that catches your eye, right? There's a lot of Matt Shaw's game that, quite honestly, from a professional standpoint and from a fan standpoint, there's a lot of people that are going, what about, and he's dispelled those professional people the entire way. So me as a fan at this point in my career and life, I'm going to choose to trust the scouts that have said that it plays. He hits at every level, and he has. He's been very successful through the Big Ten, through rookie ball, and every level he's hit. So foot down, barrel out is what we're looking for, and he's given that at every turn. So what's going to be different right now, right?
all right, so let me ask you. I want your take on two guys as far as rookie expectations. I want to know your take on Alcantara and Ballesteros.
Okay. Let me go with the latter first, because the first one is really complicated. This one's really easy for Ballesteros because he plays a premium position that he's got to improve defensively. He flat out has to just get better at catching guys, throwing exploding sliders and splitties, and then throwing guys out and doing that, right? And so he's going to need this full year. And quite honestly, the emergence of Kelly and Amaya showing up to camp ready to put balls in gaps is exactly what the Cubs needed for this kid. He just turned 20, right? Like, let's take a deep breath. Let's let the kid learn how to play catcher at AAA. Throw some kids out that are super aggressive down there. Let's watch him. Let's watch him get a ton of reps this year, because we don't need him this year, as far as we're concerned right now, and that's the best thing that's possible. So Ballesteros getting 100 to 150 at bats between August and September is probably what we're looking at, as soon as have a good handle on how AAA is wrapping up for the year and whether they need him for the playoffs or whatever. But he's definitely not needed right now for us. Alcantara, I've got a would you rather, and it's would you rather have Alcantara and Casey, and then your third outfielder is either Ian Happ or Tucker, and that's the only other choice you can have. You can't have both Tucker and Happ.
Well, I mean, no one knows with Casey. When does that?
Well,
When's he going to be healthy again?
let's just say this year. We're gonna run off topic here, but this year they're both healthy. Alcantara has a great year, and Casey shows that they're showing that they are the prospects, and they're ready to get to the potential that they want. You have a decision now because Happ's contract is up in 26, and you're gonna have the pressure to re-sign Tucker. You must re-sign Tucker. Well, given the current budget status of break-even Tom, are you really going to spend 20 million on Happ and $30 million on Tucker? And you have and then three rookies basically on rookie deals with PCA, with Alcantara, and Casey, all controllable for multiple years. So
No, I think you go after Ian Happ. I think you go after Ian Happ. You sign Ian Happ, and I think you let Tucker go.
You give him a statue?
Yeah, I mean, look, 3 Gold Gloves in a row. He's going to win his 4th. Yep. I mean, he's been solid offensively. He hits from both sides of the plate, and Tucker's it's time we start calling Tucker what he is. He's a rental. Like we traded Cam Smith for
162.
Right. And listen, all these people in love with Cam Smith and want to say Cam Smith's name 500 times a day. Gage Workman's spring training stats are better than Cam Smith. Okay, so now we are at the moment we've all been waiting for, the introduction of Nate's Dog Pound. We are finally there. I couldn't be more excited about this segment. We are rolling out the Dog Pound. And yeah, man, we got it all, baby. We are going live with Nate's Dog Pound. So tell me, I don't even know, this is your thing, man. I don't even know how many guys are in the Dog Pound.
We've been keeping this under wraps here. We leaked a little bit of a poll out there, but here's the Dog Pound status and how you get there, right? You remember the movie Trouble with the Curve, where he's like he can't hit the curve. He can't. It's just I can just tell, and you either have it or you don't. Okay, this isn't a statistical analysis that says, oh, so and so spin rate is so off the charts that he's a dog. Sorry, no. This is, can you come in with 2 outs and the bases juice and not walk somebody? Like, do you have it? Like, so think about it like this. Some dogs have fight, some dogs hunt, and some dogs herd, but there's no lap dogs allowed in the Dog Pound. Okay, we're looking for that kind of guy who would absolutely plunk a dude. All right. And then strike the next guy out just for fun. Like, that's the kind of stuff they've got. That's the kind of attitude that they've got. So I've got 2 lead dogs. Okay. These are obvious, and this is simple and straightforward. Justin Steele has proven it on the level, and Shota has absolutely, since he's gotten here, shown that he can absolutely do that. And their attitude and their mental approach to it has done that. So there's your 2 lead dogs. Okay. So just to get everybody out there, oh, what about all the, no, there's 2, these are our dogs. These are our aces, and they do behave as such. The rest of the Dog Pound, quite honestly, is going to be a mix of dudes that just get it done for us, okay? And I got 2 to bring it up, and they did it last year, and I'm looking forward to that now, and I'm giving it to him right off the bat. First up is Ben Brown, earned the 5th starter spot. He's a dog, okay? And the next one, Porter Hodge, okay? Proved it last year, showed up, brought it. All kinds of situations that those guys were put in, and they succeeded. And they've got that. Go ahead, dig in a little harder. I'd like to see you dig in a little more at the plate. And that's what we're looking for, is guys that are going to run it up there. So it's a segment that's going to keep going. I want to grow the Dog Pound. We want to see a lot of dogs out there. And when you see it, hashtag it. Let's see it. The hashtag dog. Just let's do it. Let's put more dudes in this Dog Pound. Let's run dudes out of the pen with just a nasty attitude, ready to fight and get after it.
I love it. That's it. That's Nate's Dog Pound. I'm excited. I'm excited to see who who joins the Dog Pound, and I'm also, I mean, maybe some guys lose it. Maybe some guys break out of the Dog Pound and squander back to the
Strays.
Yeah. So I'm excited about it. Pumped about the season, man. Today is finally here. We have meaningful baseball back in the United States, stateside, domestic opening day. I cannot wait. Couldn't be more excited. Hey, the swords are up on the sticks right now. If you still time to get in, if you want to join that contest, there'll be some prizes at the end of the season on whichever team you join, but you have to register. You have to register for Sticks versus Swords. Register at www.club120show.com. Click on Sticks and Swords and register there to win some pretty cool stuff. But get a part of it, man. Be a part of the action. Thanks for watching. And be sure to follow us everywhere at Club 120 Show. Go Cubs, go.
Go Cubs, go.
This has been Club 120. Neil and Nate have practically spent their entire lives doing something centered around baseball. And with these guys, you're going to get quick-hitting, time-answer segments packed with wit, laughs, and, yes, heated debates. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, you can find us on all social media platforms at Club 120 Show. And, of course, the website at www.club120show.com. Until next time, go Cubs, go!